So I am doing a through hike in 2024 starting in April. So you might ask, so how does somebody go from just an average Joe Schmo who hasn't done any hiking to this mess? So my wife was working in television and she knew this guy by the name of Isaiah Cooper.
Not only have we gone 1,000 miles, but me and these knuckleheads have made it all the way to West Virginia. If we could do that, you could do anything.
So she did some stuff with it and she kind of got interested in this guy. So what it was he was a through hiker of the Appalachian Trail. So my wife, who's more of a princess, that's her trail name. She's more of a princess than an outdoors type of girl. She comes up to me one day and she's like, we ought to go hiking. I think that'd be a great idea. What did I do? What any smart man would do. I ran out the door before she had time to say anything else, and I started buying gear. So of course, when you buy gear, you buy cheap stuff and heavy stuff. So we started. That after I got all that gear and I got her gear, so we had all our gear set up. So we started getting the gear ready. And then one year, probably 5 or 6 years ago, we started at Springer Mountain, Georgia, doing section hikes. Of course, it was on our vacation. So what we would do is we'd go to Springer Mountain. We section hiked the Georgia section that year. The next year we would pick up at Bly Gap, which is right inside of North Carolina, and we started hiking there. And then we kept skipping all the way up or section hiking all the way up. We did everything but the Smoky section. We actually probably are about 500 miles into the trail doing those section hikings. Like I said, we do them every year. Sometimes we do them twice a year. Took my daughter with us before. So there was 3 of us doing a section hike. I took my daughter with me by myself one time. My daughter, she was at the time, I think she was 22, 24 years old. And just this past year, our last section that we did was in Damascus, up near Damascus, and we hiked north from there. Was with my nephews. They had a great time. We had a good time. They had an experience, you know. So our first hike, this is how I got my trail name. So our first hike, we're at Springer Mountain, Georgia. We're going up the steps, of course. We did the approach trail. So we doing the approach trail. We're going up the steps. We might have got up, I'll give her credit. I'll say we got up 100 steps. So after we got up 100 steps, my wife was suffering a little bit and her pack was too heavy. So, being the kind gentleman that I am, I says to her, well, and I wanted her to really enjoy herself. So, thus my name, because I had my pack on my back, her pack on my front, and I continued up about 500 steps from there. So they called me Two-Pack because and they called her Princess because people would pass us and they go, whose pack is that? And I would say, oh, that's my wife's. She's back there a little bit, like back behind me. Oh, that's my wife's. I carry her bag for her because I'm a nice guy. Advance on that story. So that's how we got our trail names, Two-Pack and Princess. Princess hasn't really stuck as far as a trail name. So maybe when we do more section hikes and stuff like that, something else will come up. The last hike that we did, I did not carry my wife's Princess. I did not carry her bag, not 1 inch. Last year in 2023, I went with my nephews. We did a section on the trail. So it was 2 of my nephews and Princess and myself. Surprising thing is, Two-Pack did not have to come out for Princess, but Two-Pack had to come out for both of my nephews. One of them wasn't feeling good for a couple days. On the last day, the other one wasn't feeling so good. So guess who had to carry his pack the last day? So I guess Two-Pack is still alive and well. Just not alive and well when it comes to Princess. So if you see me and see me on the trail and you know my name is Two-Pack, unless you're really struggling, I'm probably not going to carry your pack. But if you're really struggling and you're like, hey, your name is Two-Pack, if you want me to help you with your backpack, I probably will.
Aw, that's so sweet.